Good evening. Stefan was on assignment this week, and we begin with new details about the man police believe is responsible for a double murder-suicide earlier this week that left 2 boys dead. Court documents show the boys' father, Mohammed Al-Lami, was on probation after he was found guilty of threatening his ex-wife 2 years ago. Now, there are 3 crime scenes involved in this investigation. There was a fire at the father's dentist clinic in Iroquois around 2 a.m. Monday morning. His children were found dead at his home in Finley Creek hours later, and he was found dead in a car fire in Kemptville that morning. CTV's Natalie Van Roy has the latest.
Details are emerging about 40-year-old Mohammed Al-Lami, who police say killed his 2 sons before taking his own life Monday morning. Court documents show that in January 2024, he was charged with threatening to cause bodily harm to his ex-wife in an email. He was found guilty in April of this year, but he was spared jail time. Instead, he received a conditional discharge with 12 months of probation, meaning if he abided by his probation terms, he would not have a criminal record. His conditions included not communicating with his ex-wife except with prior written consent or through a third party or court order to arrange contact with his children. Al-Lami was a dentist. He worked at an office in Iroquois where police responded to a fire around 2 a.m. Monday.
And I said to my husband, I hear sirens. He said, no, you don't. I said, I hear sirens. It was like 2:05 when I heard the sirens, and I woke up to this news.
Residents later learned the blaze was connected to the double murder-suicide in Ottawa. Al-Lami's sons, aged 7 and 12, were found dead inside his Finley Creek home Monday morning.
It's just a sad situation for everybody. It's devastating for our town and the people around us.
Police tape still surrounds the dental office days later.
He was my dentist, yes. Very, very shocked, especially this is a little town of, I don't know if in this town there might be 2,000 people, and we're all shocked and just unbelievable.
Al-Lami's body was found inside a burnt-out vehicle in a carpool lot along Highway 416 near Kemptville. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
Cleanup efforts continue after a record-breaking Canada Day storm caused flooding in basements, widespread power failures, and potential damage to city infrastructure. Now, residents are wondering when the city will be picking up their garbage and debris in the aftermath. CTV's Tyler Fleming reports.
Piles of furniture and personal belongings line this street in West Ottawa's Crystal Beach neighborhood.
Lots of garbage, lots of memories.
Firefighters are here for wellness checks. Resident Kyle Nunes says as far as he knows, every home flooded.
Ours was to the top of the first step of the basement.
Pretty much everything that was in 16 inches of water down there is toast. Just the couch and the carpet's out so far.
Neighbor Matt Pepper moved in 1 week before Wednesday's record rainfall.
My wife was home. She calls me in a panic saying there's a bunch of water in the basement. That's Reliance.
With sump pumps in hand, Pepper's mom drove from Bracebridge to help.
We turned off all the electrical to the basement, but they hooked up upstairs.
While this home never lost power, 36,000 Hydro Ottawa customers did. Most have it back, but hundreds remain without as flood-damaged equipment slows repairs. And the LRT's western extension may have taken a hit. At the below-ground New Orchard station, hoses stream water from the track into sewers. Assessments are underway. The city has lifted curbside garbage limits and is adding early pickups in affected neighborhoods starting Monday.
A lot of people had sewage going to their basement. Not everybody, but it's obviously contaminated and everything has to go.
Councillor Teresa Kavanagh has first-hand experience. Like others in Britannia Heights, her home flooded with a meter of dirty water.
It's very difficult, but we're getting through it.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
And the record-breaking Canada Day rainfall not only flooded streets and basement, it also sent a large amount of raw sewage flowing into the Ottawa River. 218 million litres of stormwater and wastewater overflowed the sewage system and went into the river on Wednesday. All right, we'll take our first check of the weather for this evening. A live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. We are sitting at around 24 degrees here in the capital right now, hot and humid. Again, we have an orange heat warning still in effect for the Ottawa area, expected to end in the overnight. And we do have a chance of showers overnight as well, clearing Saturday morning and then sunshine coming through on Sunday. Here's how the next 24 hours are shaping up. Again, cloudy mainly in the morning. We could be hitting 28 degrees, the high sometime in the afternoon. Some clearer conditions, and right now we're sitting at 23 degrees with a chance of showers again overnight. And from Wednesday's storm and the raw sewage that seeped into the Ottawa River, Ottawa Public Health says swimming is not recommended at the NCC docks and at several beaches right across the city. But as CTV's Peter Sperling tells us, beaches aren't the only way to cool off and escape the unrelenting hot and humid conditions.
A blast of cold water for brothers Jackson and Kaiden. As summer break starts off with a heat wave.
Yeah, really.
They're cooling off at their neighborhood splash pad.
It's good. It's great to be able to just walk over to the splash pad, and we often bump into friends, so it's a lot of fun.
The parks are open. There's not a lot of kids. School's off. I'm off, so it's a good time to be out.
Kids, parents, everyone looking for ways to beat the heat.
It's been really hard. The AC's constantly going and, try to keep cool, hydrated.
Including at Dow's Lake, but swimming here and at other NCC docks is not recommended right now following this week's record rainfall. Still, after multiple days of a heat warning, people are looking for any way to find relief.
The heat wave or the heat warning may end, but the heat continues.
Things are expected to start cooling down slightly on Saturday, but it's expected to be a hot summer in the capital.
What we see in our forecast, too, for Ottawa, is July and August look warmer than normal. I mean, not every day, but the pattern for that, the flavor of the summer season is going to be warmer.
A busy time for air conditioning and fan sales over at Preston Hardware.
It's a constant stream of people coming in trying to get our fans, what we have left in air conditioning, AC units. It's been very busy, very hot.
With a lot of customers coming from apartment buildings.
Most people can't talk. They're sweating. They're coming in here exhausted. They're looking for something for their apartment, especially in this area. It's a lot of apartment buildings.
Working in a chip truck? Hot.
Maybe 40, 45 reach. Yeah. Wow. 40, 45.
Hydration, important.
We drink a lot of water.
Back at the splash pad, plenty of water and fun.
It's our favorite way to cool off. We try to come daily.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Ontario's police watchdog is now investigating after a 14-hour hostage-taking inside a home in Kanata ended with police shooting the suspect. Officers were called to a house on Finlayson Crescent in the Morgan's Grant neighborhood yesterday morning after someone reported a woman was being held hostage at knife point inside. There was a significant police presence at the home throughout the day, including armed officers, as negotiators worked to resolve the situation. Around 9 p.m., police went inside the home and rescued the woman. She was unharmed. An officer shot the 42-year-old man, who is now in hospital in stable condition. On the eve of 4th of July celebrations, the U.S. ambassador to Canada says he's optimistic there can be a new trade relationship between our two countries.
Hopefully, we can resolve some of the irritants and some of the other issues that are out there, and we can put together a great trade agreement. It would be good for the Canadian people, it would be good for the American people, and we can move forward. But we'll have to wait and see.
Like many people, Ambassador Paul Hoekstra says he thought a deal would have been hammered out by now. Canada Day was the deadline for officials here and in the U.S. and Mexico to say whether they wanted to renew the CUSMA agreement for a 16-year period. The U.S. said no. Now the trilateral trade deal will face an annual review. The federal government's new return to office mandate is just days away, but unions are vowing to keep fighting against it. Starting on Monday, employees will be required to work at the office at least 4 days a week. That's up from the current 3 days. There are a handful of departments delaying the mandate over a lack of office space, including Global Affairs, Statistics Canada, and Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada. Two federal unions have filed unfair labor practice complaints. A new survey shows Canadians are divided when it comes to the government's planned high-speed rail project. New data from Nano's research, commissioned by CTV News, indicates that Canadians are split on whether it should be a government priority. 38% say high priority, 38% say low priority, and 20% are neutral on the idea. The plan is to build the rail line between Toronto and Quebec City with several stops, including in Ottawa and in Montreal. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board is projecting a $3.5 million deficit in the next school year. It's the first budget since the Ontario government appointed Robert Plamondon as supervisor to oversee the board, citing 4 straight deficit budgets. Now, since then, Plamondon has announced cuts to teaching jobs because of declining enrollment, but despite those measures, the board is still projecting a deficit. Plamondon says it would be significantly higher without those cost-saving exercises. Well, over in CFL action, the Ottawa Red Blacks hosting the Grey Cup champion Saskatchewan Roughriders tonight at TD Place.
Here's Mayer, second down, little bit of time. Now he's going to take off. Jake Mayer on the run, dumps it off far side, into the 10, to the 5, to the end zone, touchdown!
Well, after the short pass from Jake Meyer, Kane McDonald with his catch and run there for his first CFL touchdown. Ottawa gets out to a 10-0 lead, but at the half, the game tied at 13. Now the Rough Riders would take over from there, but Ottawa gets close here in the fourth to get within 5. But that's how things will end. 27-22 for Saskatchewan. Ottawa have now lost their first 4 games of the season. The Red Blacks now hit the road to play the Edmonton Elks on Thursday night. Well, the Ottawa Senators are offering fans a way to chuck out their Brady Tkachuk jerseys.
Of the third period, maybe here, and it's in!
After the former captain was traded to the Panthers last week, the team says fans can trade in their officially licensed Fanatics Tkachuk jerseys for a 40% discount on regularly priced merchandise. The offer is available until Monday at the Ottawa Team Thread store over at the Canadian Tire Centre.
One on the stage and flanking the stage, 2 of them, and then we have a large screen just as you see it behind our VIP area in the front of house.
Well, coming up, people across the city are set to come together for an epic World Cup watch party right here in Ottawa. CTV's Kimberly Johnson has everything you need to know just ahead. We have a programming note to tell you about that will affect our 6 o'clock newscast on Saturday. Because of live FIFA coverage of the Paraguay-France game tomorrow, the 6 p.m. news will not be broadcast on our network, but you can still watch our Saturday newscast on ctvnewsottawa.ca starting at 6 o'clock. Well, all eyes will be on Team Canada Saturday afternoon as they take the pitch for the biggest match in the history of Canada men's soccer. Here in Ottawa, there will be many ways to take in the action, including a free watch party at LeBreton Flats. CTV's Kimberly Johnson has the details.
The world is watching as Team Canada gets set to take on Morocco in a history-making game.
I just cannot believe how far Canada has gone. They're going up against Morocco. It's like David and Goliath. It's going to be so amazing.
And there will be a ton of ways to take in the action across Ottawa.
All of those will be up and running, and there'll be sound throughout the park.
A free World Cup watch party at LeBreton Flats could welcome up to 20,000 fans. The federal government teaming up with the City of Ottawa with support from Ottawa Blues Fest.
The Canada Day festivities take place at the grounds where Blues Fest happens. So we already cost share on a lot of the setup costs to set up the park. So our stage is the same as theirs, etc. So we had everything set up. So it was an ideal situation for us. We already have a cost-sharing arrangement, so we just continued that for a few extra days.
Bluesfest organizers are setting up everything they usually would use for the festival in advance for the watch party. That includes 4 screens and food trucks. Crews working overnight Friday to have it all ready for fans. A Chinook helicopter flyover is also planned for just before 1 p.m.
We want to create an opportunity for Ottawans to come and enjoy the game with each other because it brings people together.
be able to see the big screen. Also on the concourses in the second level and the first level, we'll be showing the game as well.
While over at Lansdowne, Atletico will open the gates for ticket holders early for a watch party ahead of their 4 p.m. game against Calgary FC.
We didn't want to feel that people had to make a decision, right, to watch just the national team and us. People can come early and watch the game live.
This is the type of game that if you're traveling somewhere, someone's going to talk to you about. So like if from Denmark, from South Africa, from Thailand, whatever, they're like, oh yeah, I remember that Canada game.
And bars across the city are ready. The Senate Tavern will be greeting fans early.
Get here as early as you can. We open at 11:30, so I think we might have a line by the time we open. Pretty excited.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
And of course, that Canada-Morocco game starts at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Now, if you can't make it out to one of the handful of watch parties, you can watch it right here on CTV, on TSN, or stream it on Crave. All right, we'll take another look at the weather happening across the city right now. We do have that orange heat warning in effect for the Ottawa area. Expected to lift overnight, could linger into the morning on Saturday. Here's a look at the satellite radar. Again, we're not dealing with a bunch of rain coming through the area, but again, we have a chance of showers overnight. Here's what our overnight lows look like. 20 degrees here in Ottawa, 20 and 21 across the Seaway, 17 degrees toward Bancroft, 18 in Pembroke, 16 up toward Kittigan-Zibi, against the chance of showers right across the region tonight. 18 degrees in Petawawa, 18 in Gatineau, 21 for Montreal and Kemptville, 17 for the Mont-Tremblant area, and 16 toward Maniwaki. Now for your Saturday, sunshine expected for the afternoon mainly. We have clouds in the morning. 28 degrees for Ottawa is the high, 27 for Cornwall, 29 for Brockville, and 30 for both Kingston and Trenton. 27 clearer conditions toward the Pembroke area. They're sitting at 27 as well. 28 toward Kittigan-Zibi. 29 for Gatineau with some cloud cover. Clearer conditions toward Petawawa, sitting at 27 degrees. 29 degrees with some overcast skies toward Kemptville. Here's how the week is shaping up. Again, for your Saturday game day, 28 degrees. Clearing in the afternoon hours should be great if you want to head out to any of those watch parties. We'll have some clearer conditions there. Sunshine continues on Sunday. We're looking at 27 degrees, the high then.
I think we were expecting a little bit more busyness, to be honest with you, but I think people had a good time. That's what's most important, right?
Well, up next, as the World Cup comes to an end in Toronto, we'll have a look back at the impact that the city had with the tournament for the week.
Wolf, look out, give it away. Garcia puts it home. Atletico Ottawa.
Well, you can enjoy a soccer doubleheader tomorrow. Atletico Ottawa is hosting a watch party for the Canada-Morocco game before its match against Cavalry FC. The gates will open at TD Place Stadium in time for the 1 p.m. start of the FIFA match. Concession stands will also be open. The Atletico Cavalry match begins at 4 o'clock. Well, as World Cup excitement is still going strong across North America, things are wrapping up in Toronto. Additional seating at the Toronto Stadium installed for the tournament is already being taken down. CTV's Siobhan Morris has more after the city hosted its final World Cup match Thursday night.
After 3 weeks of waves of color flooding Toronto's neighborhoods, historic firsts.
The country's first World Cup goal on home soil.
And memorable finishes. Toronto's job as FIFA World Cup host city is done. The branding on the waterfront stadium already disappearing.
Yes, it was only 6 games, but the feeling, the joy that I saw on the street is incredible.
Reviews for Toronto are glowing.
The stadium looked fantastic. It didn't rain. We got the weather. The crowd and people were controlled. Perfect.
Before kickoff, there'd been a lot of anxiety around costs, security, traffic chaos, and overcrowding. Problems people living in and visiting Liberty Village say they never saw materialize.
Did the best they could to route traffic by foot and by cars.
It's very organized. I live here, and I mean, there's a lot of people, but
It's good.
I think we were expecting a little bit more busyness, to be honest with you, but I think people had a good time. That's what's most important, right?
The mayor credits lots of planning and teamwork for avoiding any hiccups.
The police, the fire, the ambulance, and the paramedics, all the volunteers all coming together.
There were some small gripes.
Fun fest. I love that, but I didn't see a lot of food.
Tickets are a bit ridiculous with the prices. Compared to other cities, I can't understand it.
And game day fan marches to the stadium added some complications for people living close by.
Can't leave my apartment those days, but other than that, it's just, it's been an exciting time.
The warm welcome from Torontonians, the upgrades to training and playing facilities didn't go unnoticed by Team Portugal.
A wonderful feel. So congratulations to everybody. I think it's a shame that there are no more games here in Toronto because we really enjoyed it.
Duncan's been in Toronto from Peru for work. He watched a shift in the city from skepticism to embracing the World Cup.
When you start seeing how much other people come and appreciate the city, you start appreciating it even more. And I felt like it's been like an amazing couple of weeks for Toronto and Torontonians.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults.
All right, still to come, we share some simple tips that could help prevent the death of a child or pet inside a hot car. Canadian charity Global Medic is sending humanitarian aid to Venezuela after the country was struck by 2 powerful earthquakes last week. Volunteers are packing emergency kits in Toronto, including water purification units, hygiene products, and solar lights. The federal government has offered to match up to $4 million in public donations for Venezuela. More than 2,200 people have died there since the back-to-back earthquake struck the country last week Wednesday. Well, with such extreme hot weather, temperatures inside vehicles can rise to dangerous levels in a short period of time. CTV's Pat Foran shares some safety tips to prevent tragic incidents from happening during the summer months.
No parent thinks they would forget their child in a hot car, but the unfortunate truth is it can happen to anyone.
Research has shown that stress, sleep deprivation, and changes in routine can affect our memory and make people more forgetful.
Those are conditions many parents and caregivers know all too well. While the risk of heat stroke increases in warmer weather, it doesn't take a heat wave to create dangerous conditions.
We wanted to see on a hot day just how hot it gets inside a vehicle.
We decided to place this thermometer, which now reads 21 degrees Celsius, inside the car for 3 hours.
Let's see how hot it gets.
After 3 hours, the temperature reached 61 degrees Celsius, creating potentially dangerous and life-threatening conditions. That kind of temperature could prove fatal for a child.
Children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults. It's never safe to leave a child unattended in a vehicle, even if you're parked in the shade or you've cracked a window.
NoHeatStroke.org reports the deaths have included children from 5-day-old babies to 14-year-old kids. In most cases, parents accidentally left their child in the car. Because of this, it's best to make it routine to check the back seat every time you drive.
It helps to create a visual reminder by putting your child's hat, jacket, or bag up front next to you. You can also create a habit of placing your own things in the back, like your phone or your bag, so you're forced to check it when you exit the vehicle.
Simple changes in your daily routine could save a life. It's also recommended to always keep your vehicle locked so children can't gain access to it on their own. The Toronto Humane Society has also released safety warnings to look before you lock so pets aren't accidentally left in a hot car. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Well, after the break, wedding bells are ringing for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Details on their super secret nuptials. Plus, we'll have one more look at your wake-up weather when we come back.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Find your wild. More Bronco sports, more ways to roam this summer.
Another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're sitting at 23 degrees. A final check of weather right now. Again, orange heat warning still in effect for the Ottawa area. Expected to lift in the overnight wake-up weather. 23 degrees with some cloudy conditions for your Saturday morning. And toward the afternoon, things will really clear up. So if you're heading to a watch party tomorrow to watch Canada-Morocco, weather conditions should be really, really nice. So 28 degrees are high for tomorrow. Sunday, we're looking at 27 degrees as well. Well, finally for us tonight, the wildest dream of Swifties across the world came true Friday night when pop star Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce tied the knot. Well, details were kept tightly under wraps until the last minute, but late Friday evening, billboards outside New York's Madison Square Garden suddenly announced the celebrity wedding. The wedding was also confirmed by a spokesperson for Swift. Actor Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Lopez, and Ed Sheeran were among the thousands, yes, thousands of guests in attendance. Crowds of fans also gathered outside the iconic arena, hoping to catch a glimpse of the happy couple. Congratulations to them. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Friday, July the 3rd. From all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. And a reminder that tomorrow's 6 o'clock show will be preempted. You can watch it online at ctvnewsottawa.ca.